Our next guest is Andrea Zanni, digital librarian and former president of Wikimedia Italia, which mission is to bring free educational content to the world. He works as an activist in the open knowledge sector, and in this video, starting from his long experience in the Wiki movement, he will explain us the meaning of digital commons, deepening the concept of copyleft, and showing us how to manage Creative Commons licenses. Why is it important to understand the copyright-related issues? Why some choices made by the author of a learning material are crucial before the content is shared? We'll start with Andrea to get familiar with this part and then deepen it further on in this MOOC.
Creative Commons are licenses made for the internet. They grant authors the possibility to grant their users the right to copy, to redistribute, to share, to remix, to reuse. They are made for the digital era, for the digital environment. At the beginning, copyright was a way to protect the rights of the authors. You are an author, you produce something, being it a song, a movie, and you want that everyone who makes a copy pays you a determined amount of money. You have an original copy, and then you have other copies which are allowed by you through copyright. The problem of copyright is that it grants the author every kind of right, like is all right reserved. And this is a problem in the digital world because sometimes you don't want, as an author, all the rights. You maybe want that your blog post to be redistributed, to be shared online, and copyright is a blunt tool for that. This is why Creative Commons were invented in early 2000s, because it was important for the digital era to have modular tools which allowed authors to permit uses of their creative works. Copyright is not forever, although many people would want it that way. For example, in 1998 the US Congress passed a law which made copyright expire not after 70 years after the death of the author, as many other nations do, but 95 years. This is what Disney wanted, so they lobbied for that. That was called the Mickey Mouse law. They wanted to protect Mickey Mouse to be in the public domain, to be expired in his copyright. Because after 70 years, normally copyright finishes, and you are granted as a user the right to do whatever you want with the original work. This is why you see many new adaptations of Alice in Wonderland or Pinocchio or Sherlock Holmes. Their copyright is expired. This is also why Disney made its success, because in the 40s, in the 50s, and the 60s, they understood that there were many amazing works which were in the public domain. You think about Pinocchio, Alice in Wonderland, and Cinderella, etc. So they took those tales and made cartoons out of them. And this is why Disney is what it is. Unfortunately, right now, Disney is among the fiercest opponents to the public domain. Creative Commons licenses give modularity to an author. There are many different clauses in Creative Commons. For example, BY is attribution, and C is non-commercial, and D is non-derivative. And then there is a very important clause which is SA, share alike. Share alike clause means that you can do whatever you want with the creative work you are using, but if you make a derivative work out of it, you are bound to reuse the same license. This is very important because this is what is called a viral license and a copyleft license. For example, CC BY SA is the license of Wikipedia. If you think about it, you write an article on Wikipedia and you release it with a CC BY SA license. That allows other users, other Wikipedians, to come and modify it. They just click edit, add a paragraph or two, and then save. That is legally a derivative work, a derivative article of the original article which was written by you. And the other users, they are bound to use the same CC BY SA license. So thousands of users can actually rewrite and edit and modify and correct and improve the original article because of that license. CC BY SA license is a very important license, very used in what we can call digital commons. For example, Wikipedia or Stack Overflow and Stack Exchange websites and other community-based peer-produced commons.